Yeah, that's right. Okay, so read anchor lines, use very witty one-liners, impress the viewers, especially the female ones. Yeah, that's all good. We can get. What, have we started? We have. Okay. Welcome. This is Nokia, Your Wish is My App, Season 2. I'm Rajiv Makhni. The auto host app on my phone seems to have crashed, but no need to panic. This is the show to watch if you're looking for that one amazing idea that can revolutionize the world of apps. And if someone did actually invent an auto host app, my world would change forever. Anyway, here in the real world are our 4 judges. The lady who smiled to always reach full charge, Kalki Tekla. Welcome. Now, that smile didn't do it for me at all. I mean, after I do give that introduction, yeah, there we are, absolutely. Now that's on full charge. Moving on, of course, is the next one, the gourmet chef who can turn any khana into khazana, Vikas Khanna. Yes. So, Sirji, welcome, sir.
Welcome.
And off camera, you were telling me how a chef in the US has to be only cooking the kind of cuisine that the face and the food should match. Do you do that here when you also judge? Does the app have to make sense with the personality presenting?
Oh, isn't it one and the same thing? What is inspired you has to inspire the others. I absolutely believe that.
Right now, another person who's the audience and every applicant's favorite, of course, is the Olympic self-champion of selfies and self-promotion, Mr. Vishal, never happy with any one gondol. Welcome again. I am so shocked.
All I can tell you is that I have to raise the bar here.
We will move on now, of course, with jury number 4. Unemployment's worst nightmare, Sanjeev Bikhchandani. So now, you've heard about the reds out here and the fact that he's in a sea of green. Is there a color that defines your personality? Besides black?
No, I like blue.
Okay.
Blue is my favorite color.
Once again, fantastic to have all 4 of you here every week, for you to keep coming back out here onto the show every single week. So much of your time is amazing. Thank you so much. We will carry on now and introduce you to 5 amazing people with 5 unbelievable app ideas. Let's get started with number 1. And this is how it will happen out here. We'll call them in. We'll give them 60 seconds at the circle of death or life now, because they're coming up with such great ideas. Once they've presented in the 60 seconds, we will move on to the question answer session. Time to start the day's proceedings. Our first applicant for the day wants to unmask hidden voyeurs, one creep at a time. For those who would prey on the unsuspecting, this app will track them down, hunt them down. Okay, maybe I'm exaggerating. Let's find out when we welcome Bangalore's Shashank. Shashank. Good to have you here. So 60 seconds, how this miracle is about to happen and unfold in front of our very own eyes. The time is yours.
With the rampant use of technology these days, I sometimes wonder how much of my life is actually private. I read a blog recently about this foreign lady who was visiting our country, and she found a tiny hidden camera in her bathroom, and she was utterly disgusted by this, and she left a really bad review about our country. So my app is called a Trap Cam, and it aims at finding out and discovering hidden cameras, which are placed probably in trial rooms and other intimidating places. This problem is very underrated in our country, and it is very much existing, but we don't give it enough importance, and our women might be in danger. They might be exposed to this threat, and we need to give it some concern. So there are 2 reasons why I want to see this app out in everyone's phones. The first reason is I want to create awareness using this app. That's the first reason. Second reason is I want to give them a tool. I want to empower women mostly to have a tool to fight this. So basically, my design is going to work in a way that you use the camera in your phone and you sweep an area or a trial room, and it is going to point out where the hidden cameras are, probably with the help of pointers. So that's how my app is basically.
Okay, great.
I said mostly.
Now comes the typical question. I'm sure you already know it. How?
How? Yes, this idea came up when I was reading a WikiHow of how to make a hidden camera on your own. So there are already sophisticated instruments to make hidden cameras, right? So they use a source of light such as an IR light, and it uses the reflections from the camera lens, and it reads it. And there is a how to do thing on a wiki that I read. And this wiki says that you can do it with a flashlight as a source. So basically, you have a flashlight on your phone, but it's not going to be enough as the source because it's a really tiny flashlight. So I plan to use the flashlight as a toggle. So you set a toggle rate to your flashlight, and these when the flashlight toggles, the reflections are going to be a specular reflection from the lens. So using these specular reflections, or probably some algorithms which I'm not sure of, I'm pretty sure that you can make this happen.
So what is the consumer behavior? You enter a trial room and you first take out your phone and
just sweep the area.
And sweep the area. And how much time will this whole thing take?
Probably a few seconds. Just sweep the area and it points out. First, it takes some time to read the reflections of a camera lens, and then it shows you where it is using a pointer.
Flashlight and toilet paper at home which you're using, it actually works?
Yeah, it does.
It finds cameras that the naked eye cannot see?
What happens is you have a flashlight and then you switch on the flashlight and you toggle it. It forms hotspots in your field of view where it glows red. You use a red film to block the flashlight, and you put the flashlight in a toilet paper and you toggle the flashlight, and the hotspots of where the camera lens is giving specular reflections are like hotspots. They come out a bit red.
All right, so great. That's what we have right now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well thought out. Thank you. Next up, a man after my own heart, or should I say, a man after my own body, a fitness freak. As long as he's not after my job, I'm okay with letting him appear on the show. This is New Delhi's Pranav Prince. What is it about fitness that you can do with an app that hasn't been done before?
So there are so many apps right now.
Right.
I have a couple of them in my pocket, but you can still see me how I look right now. I'm not very fit, I can tell you.
Really?
I need something more than...
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm 36. So it's bad for boys like me. So I need something more, something like which can motivate me, which can actually scare me as well. Like if you're not going to gym, it should scare you. So just for example, like people in the age of 40s, in the age of 50s, you can see many uncles and aunties in the park. They don't want to go there just to become like John Abraham or fit like Kalki. They want to go there because they don't want any disease in their future. That's one of the scary things that they scare and they go to gym or whatever they exercise. So that's the main motivation. The current apps, they're not able to do so. They're not able to scare you, motivate you or criticize you. They just give you exercises, diets, that's it. My app actually, it motivates you, it criticizes you if you're not doing good. There is a avatar kind of form in the mobile phone. If you're not doing anything, if you're not doing exercises, it will just frown. Just like this. After a time, it will. If you continue doing nothing for last 5 days, next 10 days, it will just near about die. This is like one of the features. This is like one of the features. That's it.
You said you use other fitness apps also.
The most common one is like MyFitnessPal that I've checked.
MyFitnessPal is not even a fitness app. It's a calorie counting app.
It recommends you exercise. It recommends you diet and all those things.
Can you tell me how current apps do motivation and how you're going to do it differently?
Okay, the current app just recommends you a set of exercises.
So how does motivation happen in MyFitnessPal?
Okay, so let me give you an example what my app will do. Suppose you drink too much Coke every day, then it will just send you too many warnings. I think FitnessPal just tells you after this much you will lose 10 kgs. You will lose.
Oh, so you have not used MyFitnessPal, I can guarantee that.
I have seen that.
Because MyFitnessPal doesn't tell you any of that.
Thank you, yeah, thanks a lot. Very nice. And after that reminder to us all that a six-pack doesn't mean those tasty beverages we've stashed in the fridge. Our next applicant, he says he's from India's capital, but his app name makes me suspect he lives in Sherwood Forest, New Delhi's Sugeet Sundar. All right, cool. So you have 60 seconds to tell us all about how you're going to take from the rich and give to the poor, or whatever else it is. 60 seconds, time starts now.
I would like to introduce you all to my new friend, Robin Hood. Now, consider a foodie like me. Say I go to Pizza Hut. Even before I order, that guy asked me for my phone number. Now, I make an order of say a pizza which costs 100 rupees on the cards. Taxes and cess, all of these would make it, let's say, about 118 rupees and 63 paise. On a lucky day, I would get the change and I would be paying 119, or else I would actually be paying 120 rupees. Now, this 37 paise, this quanta of money, neither belongs to them nor can it be given back to me. If you scale it up in a city like Gurgaon, you could easily make 3 to 4 lakhs a month. Why waste this money? Give it to Robin Hood. He would collect these drops of water and make a sizable ocean that could be given to the lesser privileged. He would democratically ask you to vote as to what should be done with this money. And based on your points, he could also give you a few incentives, by the way. Misuse of money is evil. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
No, that's an arrow right to the heart. Zoof. Okay, I really like that. Great presentation. Very well done.
But how does it work? But like, there are donation boxes, like, no. Change for change.
But here he's talking about transactional values, which we all forget. When you give money, these little paisas, none of us care about. So this is, you've got to tell him how technically it works.
we round it off, right? Generally, what happens when it gets rounded off, the guy at the counter gets it, because in the account, that value goes. So using this app, it actually shows you in your app as to how much is in your account. It shows you what the total money collected. And after it reaches a sizable amount, it gives you the option as to select what should be done with the money. And it also gives you a list.
But his question is, how does that money appear on your account?
So it's an online transaction, right? So see, like...
So if I give 120 rupees in cash,
yeah,
it's a physical transaction I'm making.
Yeah.
And he will give me, let us say, 30 rupees back.
So he just has to enter on the, on his
So each terminal must have something which talks to the app.
What does Robinhood, where does he choose to put this money? As in this,
that's
this character of
we choose democratically. We poll as to what do we want to do. Robinhood would tell, okay, let's do one thing. Let's say it's winter. That means there's some NGO or some kind of social group behind it that's doing the work with this money.
Blanket distribution organization.
So blanket distribution in winters.
All right, great. So I think it's a great idea. You've obviously given it some thought. There are some interesting observations out here, especially getting traction for people to sign up in the beginning. That is going to be your greatest wall and barrier. So you've got to think that one out. But otherwise, good thought and interesting, different app for sure. Thank you. Time for a break now. But when we return, an applicant who wants to dress other people for success and another who thinks his phone can predict the future. We'll be right back with Nokia, Your Wish is My App, Season 2.